Explain video. Doraemon and the Steel Troops 2: The Echo of Time. The movie picks up a year later at school. Nobita anxiously stares out his window. The image of Riruru, vanishing into the sky like a flash of light, still haunts him. That day, Nobita had frantically searched for Riruru below the school, down every alley, under every tree in the neighborhood, but she was nowhere to be found. He was so heartbroken he couldn't properly sleep for days. The next morning, a dejected Nobita confides in Doraemon. "Doraemon, I saw Riruru, she was flying." Doraemon initially doesn't believe him, yawning as he replies, "You must have dreamt it, Nobita. Riruru traveled through time to change Mechtopia's history. She's not supposed to come back." But seeing the mix of disbelief and sadness in Nobita's eyes, Doraemon pauses. "But she really was flying, Doraemon." There was such conviction in Nobita's voice that it deeply affected Doraemon. Questions arose in his own mind. The previous carpet was torn, the pond was closed, so how could this be? Doraemon remembers that his four-dimensional pocket was lost after their first adventure. However, he always kept a backup pocket for emergencies. Pulling it out, he sees some old gadgets are still intact: the time cloth, the small light, and an anti-gravity belt. And a new gadget, the dimensional viewfinder. This allows them to see images from other dimensions. They begin monitoring the mirror world with this viewfinder. Mirror World's division and new gateway. What they see through the dimensional viewfinder astonishes Doraemon and Nobita. The mirror world is no longer empty like before. Giant robots are battling. The entire world seems to be split into two factions. On one side, some rebel robots, led by a calm and wise robot named Silver, fight for peaceful coexistence with humans. The story of encountering Silver begins after Nobita and Doraemon first set foot in the mirror world. They wonder why the mirror world robots haven't disappeared, unlike the robots from the original Mechtopia who vanished after the timeline alteration. Doraemon speculates that since the mirror world is a mirrored dimension, the timeline alteration didn't directly affect it. Instead, it created an alternate reality here. Doraemon uses his Dimensional Tunnel Maker gadget to create a secret entrance into the mirror world. This becomes the gateway for their new adventure. Upon entering the mirror world, they arrive in a devastated city. There they find a young woman named Alia researching old robot parts. Alia is initially startled by them and fearfully shoots an electric charge their way. This is where a flashback occurs. In Alia's childhood, her family perished in a horrific robot attack. She deeply hated robots. But her father, a scientist, told Alia before he died, "Alia, robots also have life. They can also have hearts. Find that." These words sparked Alia's interest in Mechtopia's technology because she believed it was possible to change robots' bad programming. When Nobita tries to explain, he mentions Riruru. "You know Riruru," Alia gasps. She reveals that she has received some strange signals proving that Riruru is actually alive, and Riruru possessed some unique human characteristics that other robots didn't. Nobita, Doraemon, and Alia meet with Silver. Silver tells them that their only enemy is Jetran Prime, a lost ancient core AI of Mechtopia. Jetran Prime believes that robots are Earth's true inheritors, and humans are weak and incapable. During this time, Doraemon faces extreme danger when Jetran Prime suddenly attacks and captures Doraemon. He seizes the gadgets from Doraemon's four-dimensional pocket and scans his memory to learn about Mechtopia's ancient technology. Doraemon's memory slowly begins to erase, and his gadgets stop working. Nobita and his friends are left alone. Nobita remembers, "I have to prove that I'm not just his friend, I'm his best friend." In this difficult time, Nobita doesn't call his other friends, knowing this is his solo test. He and Alia, along with Silver's rebel robots, embark on a secret mission to rescue Doraemon. Nobita awakens his dormant leadership qualities. He devises a plan with Silver's rebel robots on how to infiltrate Jetran Prime's fortress. Just as the mission to rescue Doraemon is almost successful, Jetran Prime's forces surround them. Doraemon is nearly lifeless, his eyes almost closed. At this moment, Alia sees a way to save Doraemon, but it would require her to sacrifice her own life. She doesn't tell Nobita. Alia connects herself to Doraemon's system with the secret code. A flashback then occurs. Her parents' words, "Alia, robots also have life. They can also have hearts. Find that," echo in her mind. Alia then discovers that the only way to save Doraemon is a life for a life, to recharge Doraemon with her own life force. Alia makes this ultimate decision. Doraemon slowly reactivates, his eyes glowing, but simultaneously, Alia's body begins to go limp. After Doraemon is fully functional, he sees Alia lifeless in his arms. Alia looks at Nobita one last time, tears in her eyes. Her final words echo in Nobita's ears. "I won't forget you, Nobita. You are so good." Her computer system strangely blurs and she dies. Nobita embraces Alia and weeps uncontrollably, as if centuries of accumulated pain are released in that instant. This scene is incredibly emotional. Alia's sacrifice helps Doraemon access the secret codes for Zenda Cross 2.0. These codes were linked to Riru's original programming, which Riruru herself had hidden. Zenda Cross 2.0 was destroyed in the previous movie. Doraemon explains that Zenda Cross 2.0 wasn't completely destroyed, rather its blueprints and some power were hidden in a secret Mechtopian database. Combining Alia's data recovery and parts of Doraemon's memory, they access those blueprints and quickly build Zenda Cross 2.0 in a secret lab in the mirror world. This time, it will be controlled by Pippo, Judo's power. Nobita's old friendship with Judo and the transformation of that little bird are shown repeatedly in flashbacks. Just as Jetran Prime opens a massive portal to enter the real Earth from the mirror world, Nobita makes a super entrance with Zenda Cross 2.0. Zenda Cross races in like lightning in its bike mode, then suddenly transforms into jet mode mid-air and flies away. Jetran Prime, standing amidst his vast robot army, is astonished by Nobita's unexpected power. What is this? Nobita then shouts from the cockpit of Zenda Cross, "Jetran Prime, you will not conquer this world." Then the great battle begins. Zenda Cross 2.0, switching between its flying mode, tank mode, and bike mode, single-handedly takes down Jetran Prime's robots. Nobita fully utilizes Judo's power, as if Judo himself is fighting. We then see Gian smashing large robots with his Gian punch, and Suneo hacking robot systems with his new small gadgets. Shizuka cares for the injured rebel robots and encourages everyone. During this time, Riruru, whose memory chip has begun to activate from Alia's database, experiences intense internal conflict. Though she fights for Jetran Prime, flashes of her old memories appear periodically, and she looks at Nobita with a pleading gaze for help. When Jetran Prime orders Riru's complete destruction, Riruru goes against her programming and attacks one of Jetran Prime's second-in-commands. In the final stage of the battle, Silver realizes that to stop Jetran Prime, he must sacrifice himself. As Jetran Prime is entering Earth through the portal, Silver uses all his power to try and close the portal. In a massive explosion, he blocks Jetran Prime's path. His last words before dying are clearly heard by Nobita and Doraemon. "We robots made mistakes, but you taught us to believe in humans. This future is yours. Protect it." Then, with a colossal explosion, the portal closes and Silver's existence vanishes. And finally comes the moment of ultimate sacrifice. To deliver the final blow to Jetran Prime, Zenda Cross 2.0 needs to be charged to its maximum. This charging requires an incredible amount of energy, which only Pippo, Judo, can provide. Riruru, now completely free, as her memory has returned, doesn't try to stop Pippo from giving this terrifying power, because she knows it's the last way to stop Jetran Prime. There was no other way to save him, because completely destroying Jetran Prime required that power, which was only possible through Judo. This was an embrace of knowing death. Pippo looks at Nobita with a deep gaze, then offers himself to Zenda Cross 2.0's energy core. Intense light radiates from his body. His last words are, "Riruru, you are free. I can do anything for you. Goodbye, Nobita." Pippo's body slowly goes limp, and Zenda Cross 2.0 at full power destroys Jetran Prime forever. Riruru, now completely free, sits beside Pippo's lifeless body, tears streaming from her mechanical eyes, even though she is a robot. She embraces Nobita and cries uncontrollably, as if centuries of accumulated pain are released in that instant. This scene is incredibly emotional. The war ends, Jetran Prime is defeated, and the Mirror World robots finally begin to live in peace. Riruru, now completely independent, decides not to stay on Earth. She knows she must rebuild her Mechtopia, a civilization where robots and humans can coexist. She bids farewell to Doraemon and Nobita and flies into the sky. This time, not as a villain or a reprogrammed robot, but as an envoy of a new era.